Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Meow. Today, I will teach you how to speak English naturally, which will help you get more accustomed to and understand the English environment in real life. When I first started learning English, I felt nervous about speaking. I could read simple sentences and understand a little, but when I tried to speak, I did not know what to say. I worried about making mistakes. I thought speaking English naturally was very difficult. But later, I learned some simple ways to make English speaking easier and natural. At the beginning, I tried to memorize many words. I wrote long lists and tried to remember them. But when I tried to speak, I forgot all the words. I realized that memorizing alone did not help me speak naturally. Then I changed my method. I started to learn words from real situations. When I watched a movie or listened to a conversation, I picked a few words and phrases that people used. Then I tried to say these sentences by myself. Using words in real situations helped me speak better. Listening is very important. At first, I could not understand spoken English. People spoke too fast, and I could not catch the words. I felt frustrated. But I started to listen every day. I listened to simple stories, short conversations, and children's programs. At first, I understood only a few words, but I kept listening. After some weeks, I could understand more. Listening every day made my ears familiar with English sounds. It also helped me speak more naturally because I could hear how people talk. Speaking is not only about words, it is about thinking and feeling. I practice speaking every day, even alone. I talked to myself in front of a mirror. I said simple sentences like, I am happy today, or I like my breakfast. I tried to speak slowly at first, then faster. Later, I joined a small English group. Everyone made mistakes, so nobody laughed. Speaking regularly gave me confidence. I learned that making mistakes is normal and necessary for learning. One as verse surgeon. Reading also helped me speak naturally. I read simple stories and articles. I tried to understand the meaning, not just translate every word. When I read a story, I told it in my own words in English. Reading gave me new words and sentence patterns. It also gave me ideas for conversations. When I had new ideas, I could talk about them naturally. Writing was important too. I wrote a diary every day. I wrote about my life, feelings, and thoughts. At first, my sentences were short, like, I went to school or I ate lunch. After some weeks, my sentences became longer. Writing every day helped me organize my ideas. It also helped me use words and grammar correctly. Writing and speaking together made my English stronger. After a few months, I noticed my speaking was improving. I could say simple sentences without stopping. I could talk about my day, my hobbies, and my plans. But I wanted to speak more naturally, like a real English speaker. I realized that natural speaking is not only about correct words or grammar, it is also about using common phrases and expressing ideas simply. One thing I did was listen carefully to how people speak in real life. I watched simple movies, TV shows, and short videos. I paid attention to words and phrases people used every day. I repeated sentences and tried to speak like the characters. This practice helped me learn natural expressions. I learned that speaking naturally is not about long sentences, but about clear and simple sentences. I also practiced thinking in English. Before, I always translated from my first language. This made speaking slow and difficult. Then I tried to describe my day or thoughts in English in my mind. I asked myself questions like, what will I eat today? Or what will I do after school? I answered in English silently. Thinking in English helped me speak faster and more naturally. I did not need to translate anymore. Speaking with friends and teachers helped a lot. I tried to speak in English every day. Even if I made mistakes, I kept talking. My friends corrected me gently, and I learned from their corrections. I noticed that the more I spoke, the more confident I became. Speaking regularly is very important for natural English. Mistakes are normal and help learning. I used short phrases and common expressions in daily life. For example, I learned phrases like, how are you? I see. That's good. Or let's go. Using small phrases made my speech smoother. I did not have to think too much. People could understand me and I could answer quickly. Natural speaking is about simple and clear communication. Listening and repeating helped my pronunciation. I tried to copy the sounds of words. I repeated short sentences aloud many times. At first, it was difficult, but after practice, my words sounded more natural. Pronunciation and rhythm are important for natural speaking. Even if the words are simple, correct sounds make your English better. Using music and songs was fun and useful. I listened to songs, read the lyrics, and sang along. Songs helped me remember words and expressions. Singing also improved my pronunciation and rhythm. It made learning natural English enjoyable. I could speak and sing without thinking too much. Music helped me feel the language. After about a year, I felt my English speaking became better. I could have short conversations, tell stories, and share my ideas. But I wanted to speak more naturally, like people in daily life. I realized that natural speaking comes from practice, confidence, and using English often. I started to practice daily conversations. I talked about my day, hobbies, school, and friends. I also practiced asking questions. For example, I asked, "What are you doing?" or "How was your weekend?" Asking questions helped me keep conversations going. I learned that natural speaking is about exchanging ideas, not only saying long sentences. Listening continued to help me a lot. I listened to short news, podcasts, and videos. I tried to understand the main idea first. Then I paid attention to small details and phrases. I repeated the sentences aloud and tried to speak like the speaker. Listening daily made me familiar with natural speech and common expressions. It also helped me speak faster and smoother. I practiced speaking with friends and teachers. I spoke every day, even if I made mistakes. My friends corrected me gently, and I tried again. Speaking regularly increased my confidence. I realized that mistakes are normal and useful. They showed me what to improve. The more I spoke, the more natural my English became. Reading was very helpful too. I read short stories, articles, and easy novels. Reading gave me new words and sentence patterns. I tried to understand the meaning without translating every word. After reading, I told the story in English or discussed it with friends. Reading helped me connect words and ideas naturally. It also gave me new expressions to use in conversation. Writing helped me organize my thoughts. I wrote a diary, short stories, and messages to friends. Writing every day made me think in English. It also helped me remember vocabulary and grammar. After writing, I tried to say the sentences aloud. This practice connected writing and speaking, making my English more natural. I also used small phrases in daily life. Phrases like, "I see," "That's interesting," "I think so," or "Let's try" made my speech smoother. I did not have to think too much about grammar. Using simple and clear phrases helped me communicate naturally. People understood me easily, and I could respond quickly. Thinking in English became a habit. I described my day, plans, and feelings silently in English. This made speaking faster and easier. I no longer translated from my first language. Thinking in English helped me use words naturally. It also made conversations flow better. After more than a year of practice, I felt that speaking English naturally was becoming normal. I could have conversations with friends, teachers, and even new people. I realized that natural speaking is about communication, not perfection. Using simple words and phrases every day helped me a lot. One important step was listening to natural English every day. I watched movies, TV shows, and short videos. I focused on the way people spoke, their expressions, and their rhythm. I repeated sentences aloud and tried to copy the sounds. Listening and repeating helped me speak like real English speakers. I learned that natural English is not only about words, but also about pronunciation and flow. I practiced speaking with different people. Sometimes I talked with classmates, sometimes online friends, and sometimes teachers. Every conversation gave me new words and phrases. I made mistakes, but I learned from them. Speaking with different people helped me feel comfortable and confident. I realized that confidence is very important for natural speaking. Reading every day helped me speak more naturally. I read simple articles, short stories, and easy novels. Reading gave me ideas and showed me sentence patterns. When I read a story, I try to tell it in my own words. I used words and expressions from the story in my conversations. Reading helped me connect ideas and speak smoothly. Writing practice also helped. I wrote a diary, messages, and short stories. Writing every day made me think in English. It helped me organize my thoughts and use words correctly. After writing, I read my sentences aloud. This helped me practice speaking and made my English more natural. Writing and speaking together improved my skills faster. Using small phrases and expressions in daily life was very helpful. I used phrases like, I see, that's good, I think so, and let's go. These phrases made my speech smooth. I did not need to think too much about grammar. Simple phrases allowed me to speak clearly and quickly. Natural speaking is more about communication than perfect sentences. I also practiced thinking in English. I described my day, plans, or feelings silently in my mind. Thinking in English helped me respond faster in conversations. I could speak without translating from my first language. Over time, speaking in English became natural, and my confidence grew. music, and songs helped me too. I listened to songs, read the lyrics, and sang along. Singing improved my pronunciation, rhythm, and memory of words. Songs also taught me common expressions. Music made learning English fun and natural. I could speak and sing without thinking too much. After more than a year and a half, my English speaking improved a lot. I could have longer conversations, explain my ideas, and tell stories. But I wanted to speak more naturally and confidently. I realized that speaking naturally comes from using English every day in small ways and enjoying the process. One important step was daily listening. I listened to short news, podcasts, and conversations. At first, I understood only a few words, but I kept listening every day. I wrote down new words and expressions. Then I repeated sentences aloud and tried to speak like the speaker. Listening daily made my English sound more natural. I also learned common expressions that people use in daily life. I practiced speaking every day. I spoke to myself at home, describing my day or plans. For example, I said, "I will go to the park today," or "I want to read a book this afternoon." I also spoke with friends and teachers in English. Even if I made mistakes, I kept speaking. Mistakes helped me learn. Speaking regularly made me confident and fluent. Reading helped me a lot. I read simple stories, articles, and easy novels. Reading gave me new words, phrases, and ideas. After reading, I tried to tell the story or share my thoughts in English. Reading helped me speak smoothly and use words naturally. It also helped me remember phrases that I could use in conversations. Writing was important too. I wrote a diary, short stories, and messages to friends. Writing every day helped me organize my thoughts in English. It also helped me practice vocabulary and grammar. After writing, I read my sentences aloud. Writing and speaking together improved my natural English. I learned to use small phrases in daily conversations. Phrases like, "I see," "That's interesting," "I think so," or "Let's try," helped me speak clearly and smoothly. I did not need to think too much about grammar. Using simple expressions made my speech natural and easy for others to understand. Thinking in English became a habit. I described my day, feelings, and plans in my mind. Thinking in English helped me speak faster and respond quickly in conversations. I no longer translated from my first language. Thinking in English made my speech flow naturally. Music helped me enjoy learning English. I listened to songs, read lyrics, and sang along. Singing improved pronunciation, rhythm, and memory. Songs also taught me common expressions. Music made speaking English fun and natural. I could speak confidently and enjoy the language every day. After almost 2 years of daily practice, speaking English naturally became a habit. I could speak with friends, teachers, and even new people without fear. I realized that natural English is not about perfect grammar or long sentences. It is about clear communication, confidence, and regular practice. Consistency was very important. I practiced a little every day instead of studying a lot only once in a while. Even 10 or 15 minutes daily helped a lot. I practiced listening while walking, reading during short breaks, writing a few sentences at night, and speaking with friends. Small daily habits added up to big improvements. Using English in fun ways helped me a lot. I listened to music, watched movies, read stories, and played online games in English. I also joined English groups and talked about hobbies, daily life, and interesting topics. Fun activities kept me motivated. When learning is enjoyable, speaking naturally becomes easier. Mistakes became my friends. At first, I was afraid to speak because I made many mistakes. Later, I realized mistakes show me what to improve. I corrected myself and tried again. Every mistake taught me something new. Confidence grew, and speaking became more natural over time. Thinking in English was a key step. I described my day, my plans, or my feelings in English in my mind. I asked myself questions like, "What will I do today?" Or, "How do I feel now?" Then I answered in English silently. Thinking in English made speaking faster and more natural. I no longer translated from my first language. I also used small phrases in daily conversations. Phrases like, "I see," "That's good," "I think so," and "Let's try" made my speech smooth. Simple phrases helped me speak clearly and quickly. Natural speaking is about clear communication, not perfect sentences. Listening and repeating helped my pronunciation. I listened to short stories, songs, and conversations. I repeated sentences aloud many times. This practice improved my pronunciation and rhythm. Even simple words sounded natural. Listening every day made me familiar with real English. Finally, I realized that speaking English naturally is simple. If you practice every day, enjoy the process, and use it in real life, confidence, consistency, and fun are the keys to success. Now, I enjoy speaking English. I can communicate, tell stories, share ideas, and enjoy the language. English became a part of my life, and speaking naturally is now easy and enjoyable. Thank you all for listening to today's English article. Please do keep going. No matter what, never stop learning. One day, you will see a completely different version of yourself.